What's up, buddy? My name is Paul Shea, and today I'm going to be showing off this huge manga haul that I have collected for the past 3 months. Everybody, I sincerely apologize for the lack of monthly hauls. I have been extremely busy with work, and I have also been busy with fake granddaughter. That should not be an excuse, but since we have a lot of manga that I have to cover, I'm going to go try to do this as fast as I can. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with 7 Seas. First up, we have Volume 7 of There's a Demon Lord on the Floor. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. Yuna in the Haunted Hot Spring, Volume 6, another guilty pleasure of mine. Volume 7 of Magical Girl Spec Ops, Asuka. The anime adaptation was disappointing, so I would just check out the manga instead. And we have Made in Abyss, which is the last 7 Seas that I got. Volume 7 of Made in Abyss. Another amazing manga series that has an anime adaptation I have yet to check out. Alright, moving on, we've got our Dark Horse pickup. We have Blade of the Immortal Volume, or Omnibus Volume number 9. The 10th Omnibus, I believe, is the final omnibus, the final volume. But needless to say, I'm finally glad to have completed the series. There is an anime adaptation. Unfortunately, Amazon picked it up, so screw you, Amazon. Eminon Volume 2. I Am a Hero Volume 10. 11th Omnibus should be the final one. Still remains to be my favorite zombie apocalypse manga. Volume 1 of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountain of Madness. This is a manga adaptation done by Go Tanabe. If you're a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft or Lovecraftian horror, highly recommend you guys to pick this up. That's it for Dark Horse. Up next we have something from Titan Comics, which I don't think they've ever published a manga before. But we have Ryuko, which is an interesting new manga series that I've seen on the internet and heard about. I'm looking forward to it. I heard it's like a crime, like a Yakuza crime thriller revenge drama. Volume 1 of, oh, I'm sorry. So that's it for the Titan Comics. Next up we have Yen Press. This is Volume 1 of Combatants Will Be Dispatched, written by the same person who wrote the story of Konosuba, which I am a huge fan of that isekai. And yeah, this is an isekai, so I've heard good things. I've heard kind of good things about it. I'm looking forward to it. But if this ends up to be turn out to be disappointing, well, we'll have to see. Volume 17 of Trinity 7, another guilty pleasure of mine. Batum Volume 25. This is the penultimate volume. 26th volume is the final volume, so looking forward to purchasing that. Tales of Wedding Ring Volume 7, another guilty pleasure of mine. And finally, for the last one for Yen Press, we have Murcielago. I think that's how you pronounce it in Spanish. Correct me if I'm wrong. Volume 11. Continues to be a crazy read. Alrighty. So up next, we have Kodansha. First up, we have Grand Blue Dreaming Volume 7. Still continues to be an extremely wacky, out of the over-the-top comedy. Up next, we have Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of O Maidens in Your Savage Season. Excuse me. It's written by Mari Okada, who kind of is a hit or miss for me, but I think overall she writes good stories. It's about a group of teenage girls who talk about sex, and basically seeing their reaction of what they hear, see, and experience. Gleipnir Volume 3 continues to be a crazy manga. 2 Year Eternity Volume 10 continues to be an amazing manga. Same creator of A Silent Voice, as you can see right here. Boarding School Volume 6. Boarding School Juliet Volume 6. Boarding School Volume 7. I think the manga ended in Japan, which I think that's a good thing, because this is a series that really does not have to be dragged on. And finally, we have Quintessential Quintuplets, and here we have feature the best girl, and definitely going to be the winner. Anyway, Miku is the best girl. If you guys think differently, well, screw you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. After the Rain, Volume 5 is our first vertical pickup. This is the final omnibus, and this actually is an amazing manga series. Highly recommend you guys to check this out. Pop Sims Volume 3. This is another weird sci-fi manga put out by Satomi Nihei. And then finally we have Ajin Volume 13. Another very, actually pretty, I think this is a pretty underrated seinen manga series, but really good stuff. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Alright, so up next we have our Viz Media pickups. First off, we have Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Volume 12, Golden Kamui Volume 11, Children of the Whale Volume 11, Children of the Whale Volume 12. Absolutely incredible artwork right here. Alright, let's see here. We have Urusei Yatsura Volume 1, or the Omnibus Volume 1, Omnibus Volume 2, and Omnibus Volume 3. Viz Media did publish this series a long time ago, and I did collect maybe like the first 3 volumes, the single volumes that they once published. Unfortunately, it wasn't popular back then, so I don't think it was selling well, so Viz Media discontinued the series. But once the anime and manga started exploding in the West, Lum, the character that you see or hear, became extremely popular, and obviously I guess Viz Media started republishing this, so I'm glad that I'm actually able to finally finish this series. Dead Demons Destruction Volume 5 and Volume 6. Really good new manga series put out by Inyo Asano. Ran in the Grey World Volume 4. Dorohedoro Volume 23. This is the final volume, and with that I have finally finished and completed collecting this series. I'm very proud to finally have completed this. I'm looking forward to reading this final volume, and I'm also looking forward to the anime adaptation that's going to be coming up pretty soon. And thank God, thank God Viz Media kept this old logo, because I really did not want them to put this on over here, because it would have just made it look really odd. So props to you, Viz Media, for keeping the old logo right there. Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 9. Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 10. Dr. Stone Volume 6 and 7. The anime adaptation is actually really good. I highly recommend you guys to check it out and read this at the same time. The Promised Neverland Volume 11 continues to be an absolutely amazing shonen manga series. Food War Volume 31. I have read the final 4 epilogue chapters, and I will say I am very disappointed. I am still disappointed in how it concluded, but nevertheless, I still enjoy Food Wars overall, so I will continue to collect it. One Punch Man Volume 17. One Piece Volume 91. My Hero Academia Volume 20. Demon Slayer Volume 7 and 8. Anime adaptation is pretty decent in my opinion. Volume 5 of We Never Learn. Anime adaptation is kind of doo-doo. Just read the manga instead. Levius. This is actually a complete series called Levius. This was given to me as a gift from a friend of mine, so thank you for this wonderful gift. I don't know what this is about. I believe this is a kind of old manga series, based on the front cover right here. It looks like it's a story about some cyborg that's about to do some crazy stuff, and I'm really actually digging this art style. Pretty interesting stuff. No Guns Live Volume 1. This is a manga series I have been looking forward to for a very long time, and there is an anime adaptation coming up very soon, this coming October. I really hope Crunchyroll picks it up because I just don't want Funimation to pick this up at all. Like, screw Funimation. I'm fed up with all the BS that they're pulling around right now. And last but not least, this is a manga I have been waiting for a very long time. And that, my friend, is The Way of the House Husband. This is, in my opinion, one of the funniest new comedy manga series of all time. And I would have to say, this is almost as funny as Great Teacher Onizuka, which, in my opinion, is the greatest comedy manga of all time. Basically, it's about this guy named Tatsu, who is an ex-yakuza, and he somehow got married to a regular woman who is not scared of the fact that he is an ex-yakuza. And a lot of the hilarious, and there's just so much hilarious, ridiculous situation that happens. And essentially what he is, I mean, as the title implies, he's a house husband. He just does all these house husband activities in the most serious and over the top manner. I highly recommend you guys to buy this, not check it out. Just freaking buy this manga. This is just one of the greatest things I've ever read. Seriously, you guys are doing yourself a disservice if you guys are not checking this out at least. Alright everybody, that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for reaching all the way to the end. 12 minutes, that's actually not too, well, 13 minutes, that's actually not too bad. Again, I apologize for the lack of videos. I will try to get back into the routine if my work schedule allows it. With that said, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Take care.